Hi, hello, happy Thursday and welcome back. Tonight's gonna be more about skincare, so I'm excited. Last week I had asked you guys if you wanted a demo on the Pure Retinol set. I recently started using the it's not new anymore, oh my goodness, the Clinical Solutions Retinol set again. This is something that launched, I should have looked up when this actually launched. I want to say maybe 4 years ago now, 4 years ago, somewhere right around there. I want to say it was like maybe 2021 that it came out. I can't remember exactly when, but it's been out for a little while. So this is the Clinical Solutions Retinol set. It comes together. These are two products and you need both of them. If you want to start using the retinol, you need the facial milk. It's not an option. It's really not, I promise. Take it from experience, but also they sell it together for a reason. Using Pure Retinol is amazing. Pure Retinol is the liquid gold ingredient. Dermatologists everywhere love retinol because it's a very, very high performing vitamin A that is going to give you all kinds of amazing skin benefits. So this is a product that you might have seen before. You might be a little bit nervous about. You might be like, well, I've heard a little bit about retinol, but it seems a little intimidating. I know that's how I felt when it first came out. I was like, oh my goodness, okay, a brand new ingredient, but really, truly, I don't want you to be nervous about it. This ingredient is incredible and it makes a huge, huge difference. Now, a couple things. If you're pregnant, you do not want to use this. This Pure Retinol, any kind of retinol, you don't want to use when you are pregnant. So just know that ahead of time. But if you are not, this is an amazing ingredient to incorporate into your skincare routine. So it's, like I said, it's powered by this ingredient. This bottle itself is going to be pure retinol. So you can see it says retinol 0.5. And as you guys hop on, go ahead and tell me hi. Let me know you're watching. It's been a while, like I said, since I've demoed this retinol set. So before I dive into all the other things about what this is, let me just give you kind of a rundown of my experience with this so far. So back when this very first launched, as I said, was a couple years ago. I can't remember exactly when it launched, but a few years ago I did it, and I did the full retinolization process. So when you get the box in the mail from Mary Kay that has these two ingredients in there, it has an 8-week retinolization process in the box. You can follow along with that. I know that's how I did it the first time. And then I worked through my whole 8 weeks and I used it for a little while after that and I loved it. Absolutely loved it, but I just kind of got inconsistent with it, stopped using it, and then I got nervous. I know I had a question about this. Somebody was like, well, if you stop using it, do you have to fully retinolize again? What I did the second time, which was probably, I want to say maybe a year and a half after I had stopped using it the first time, I had started using it again. When I started using it again, I did not go through the full retinolization process. So if you want to be on the safe side and follow all the rules, then go through the retinolization process. I'm going to share with you tonight, though, about how I kind of went through, and it worked totally fine for my skin. So again, do what you feel comfortable with, but this is kind of how I went through it. So the retinolization process, if you follow it exactly, you only use retinol once a week for the first couple of weeks. What I'm doing right now is I've been using retinol mixed with my facial milk twice a week I just started. So last week was my first week. So I used it twice last week and I'm using it twice this week. So I'm going to use it today and then I'm going to use it again on Sunday. So spacing it out is important. You only ever want to use retinol at nighttime too. That's really important. So if you take nothing else from this, take that you need to use this at nighttime only, not in the morning. It is going to make your skin a little bit more sensitive, especially when you are kind of going through it at first. You're either going through the retinolization process or your skin's getting used to the retinol. Your skin will become more sensitive to the sun. Oh my goodness, sensitive to the sun. And that's not going to go away. So using a very potent ingredient like retinol has amazing benefits, which is going to include, it's going to fight against wrinkles, discoloration, and it's also going to fight loss of firmness. So I want you to think it's like if you play sports, like this is going to play the offense. It's not just playing the defense. It's not just defending against the things that you have that are already wrong. It's actually going to play offense for your skin. It's going to protect, it's going to kind of help things that you can't even see yet, which is amazing. So it's going to prevent the signs of aging that you cannot see, and it's going to fight against the visible signs of aging that you can already see. We love that. Like I said, it is the gold standard ingredient recommended by dermatologists, and this is part of our Derma Cosmetic line, so it is the special line, Derma Cosmetic. So like I said, discoloration, wrinkles, loss of firmness. I wanted to make sure I didn't forget anything, so I wrote down I wrote everything down over here just to make sure I didn't forget. Also, retinol, what that is it is actually vitamin A. So vitamin A is what retinol is, and that's going to stimulate the skin cell renewal so your skin looks more like it did when it was younger. So if you're looking for the most potent ingredient to keep your skin looking as healthy as possible, or you're looking for the most potent ingredient to reverse the signs of aging, this is it. They suggest that you start using this at 21. So if you're younger than 21, you might not want to you don't want to use this if you're younger than 21. But if you're over 21, retinol is an amazing option for you to add in. The facial milk, I love the facial milk. This is incredible. It's made up of 4 plant-based oils, and it's going to just calm your skin. It's going to rehydrate your skin instantly. So if you have any irritation on your skin at all, ever, if you just feel like your skin is sensitive and gets irritated, you can just buy the facial milk. You can buy this by itself. So incredible. All right. Let's go ahead and let's start using the products now. So I washed my face. Hi, Angie. Hello. Thanks for joining us tonight. Before I hopped on here, I washed my face. So you do want to give your face a few minutes between washing it and applying the retinol on your skin. So I did it ahead of time just so that I had about 5 minutes in between. So when I'm getting ready for bed and I'm using my retinol, I usually wash my face and then I go put my pajamas on, come back, brush my teeth, and then I finish the rest of my skincare. So that's what I do personally. You can do whatever you want, but you want to wait a couple of minutes in between washing your face and applying the retinol. All right, so I use the 4-in-1 cleanser in normal to dry. That's just my favorite cleanser, so that's the cleanser I use all the time, but that's what I used ahead of time. So your cleanser is number 1. Second, we're gonna apply eye cream. So I'm using the Firming Eye Cream. I just really like this eye cream. I think it's very hydrating, and I like that it kind of helps with like any like puffiness down here. So if you're looking for eye cream and you want something specific, you can always ask me. I can help you. We have 3 different eye creams. So this one was the Firming Eye Cream. All right, so the reason you want to apply the eye cream first is just because your eye area is so sensitive. So applying this eye cream ahead of time is going to prevent the retinol from getting too close to your eyes too. So you apply that, let it dry for a second, then we'll continue on. Okay, next step though, if you use the Brightening Booster, which is this right here, the Clinical Solutions Brightening Booster, you can apply that right now. I do use this sometimes. I mean, I could just apply it right now. There's no reason no reason not to. So let's go ahead, let's apply it. So I usually use this, I feel like in the morning, but it doesn't matter. You can apply this on your retinol nights. Some of the ingredients it takes out that you can apply, but not this one. So I like the Brightening Clinical Solutions. So hang on, let me back up a second. Clinical Solutions is, like I had mentioned before, it's part of our Derma Cosmetic line. So they're going to be the very potent ingredients. So there's 4 of these little glass bottles. This one's a brightener. There's one that is C plus resveratrol, which is going to help with wrinkles. And then there's a pH and AH resurfacer, which is like a chemical exfoliant. So you leave it on all night, you apply it and sleep in it, and then in the morning wipe it off. Your skin feels so soft the next day. It's amazing. This one's helping with brightness. So if you feel like you have dull skin, or if you feel like you have dark spots, or any sunspots, things like that, this is going to help with that. And then there's the HA and Ceramide, which I am going to use afterwards because I love this stuff. I use this stuff all the time. I use this every morning and every night. This one is one of my must-used skincare ingredients. It's going to help with hydration. So HA is hyaluronic acid and ceramide. They are both very, very hydrating ingredients. They're going to help keep your skin barrier nice and healthy. If you have a broken skin barrier, it'll also correct that too, which a lot of times you don't know if you have a broken skin barrier, but if you feel like your skin is just not healthy, a lot of times this can help heal a lot of those problems. So HA and ceramide, I recommend it to everybody. Okay, but now that we have that booster on, so we had the brightening booster, it's gonna help me with like discoloration. So you can see here I have some like old acne scarring. I don't really have too much left because of these ingredients. These ingredients are incredible. I am super excited about the retinol because I think it's gonna clear everything else for me. So any of these kind of like I said, like leftover scarrings or things like that, you can see right here, leftover scarrings, it's gonna work magic for. Again, same thing for discoloration like sunspots or anything like that, aging spots. And I also want to know down below, so if you're on here, tell me down below, would you try retinol, or have you ever been interested in retinol? Have you ever thought, oh, maybe that's something I want to try, but you haven't tried it, or maybe you have already tried it? Tell us down below your experience with retinol, or if you're interested in it, tell us that. Like I said, when it first came out, I was like, ooh, that sounds scary. It's not scary at all. Don't be intimidated. Okay, so anyway, we did the brightening booster. Next, I'm going to put on the HA and ceramide booster. All right. So this, again, is that hydrating one. Feels really good. This has made the biggest difference in my skin. I would say about 6 months ago, maybe 6 months ago, I started using this HA and ceramide every single morning and every single night, and my skin has never looked better than it does right now. And I fully contribute it to, obviously all these products are great and they all make a huge difference, but using this HA and ceramide was one thing that I changed and I stuck with, and it made a huge difference. The other cool thing about these boosters is they do specifically target one thing, but they're only $38, so they are very inexpensive for targeting something very, very closely. So I love the boosters. I love the whole Clinical Solutions line. Everything in Clinical Solutions, I really, really love. So that's why I wanted to share this with you guys. Once I started using it again, I was like, I haven't done a demo on that in so long. It's been years, and it's an ingredient that so many of my customers use, even though I haven't done a demo on it in a long time, because they bought it way back before when I did show it, or they learned about it online. But man, does it make a big difference. You want to use it regularly too, because you don't want it to expire, especially the retinol. You don't want to expire, so you want to be kind of consistent with it. So anyway, next we're going to use the retinol. It's okay if it comes out a little bit yellow. You'll see mine comes out a little bit yellow. One pump is going to be perfect. You don't need any more than one pump. Just one pump's going to do. Now, once you've been using this regularly, a couple times a week, for at least a few weeks, a month, until you don't have any irritation, your skin's not feeling dry, anything like that, then you don't have to mix in the facial milk. I personally I usually mix the facial milk in for a while. So I'm going to probably do this, I would say, for like at least, we'll see how my skin does, but probably at least 4 weeks. Okay, and I'm just applying this all over. So I did a couple pumps of the facial milk with the retinol all over my skin. So the reason you want to mix them and why this is so important is because the retinol is that very, a little bit more of that harsh ingredient that's going to give you the awesome benefits. But the facial milk is going to help to soothe your skin, instantly hydrate your skin, and it's going to reduce irritation. So using just retinol on your face might cause a little bit of like dryness or some breakouts, things like that. So it's so important that you mix it with the facial milk. That is the most important thing, especially if you're new to retinol. You have to mix it with the facial milk. You have to use these two together. Yeah, so in a few weeks, like I said, 4 or 5 weeks, if I feel no irritation at all, which I really truly have not felt a lot of irritation, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm using the HA and Ceramide every time. I'm also using the facial milk in the mornings. I've been using this a lot to keep my skin as hydrated as possible, but I haven't had much irritation. And the first time I did it, I did have more irritation. So I think using the extra hydrating products, it's only going to help your skin. It's only going to make your skin more hydrated. Anyway, so eventually down the line, what it can look like, let's say you stick with this for a long time, what it can look like in the future for you is that 4 nights a week you can use retinol. I think it's 4 or 5 nights a week you can use retinol. I'm not there yet, so we'll get there. I can always come back and I can do check-ins with this too, so if you guys are interested, I can have more follow-ups with this, but in 4 to 5, down the road, you can be using this 4 to 5 nights a week. So it can change your skin. It can change your skincare routine. But facial milk is personally something that I suggest using all the time. Never give up the facial milk. Use it anyway because it is so soothing and hydrating. I just truly love the benefits that this gives. I remember when I first saw it though, I was like, facial milk, that's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. But using it, amazing, absolutely amazing. So next you would use, this is where it kind of is a little bit different. So if you use the TimeWise Miracle Set, you can use the night solution here. If you use the TimeWise Repair Set, then you can use the lifting serum here. So it just depends on what you currently use for your skincare. I'm gonna use the nighttime routine, or the nighttime, oh my goodness, nighttime recovery. There we go. So this is part of the Miracle Set. That's personally what I use. I'm gonna put this all over my face, and this has awesome ingredients in it too. It's gonna have all the vitamins in there for you. It's gonna help to just kind of replenish your skin while you're sleeping. And also, if you don't use either of those, you can skip that and go straight to moisturizer as well. I'm just walking you through exactly what I would do on a night like tonight. The last thing that I have to apply is a little bit of moisturizer. I love this moisturizer. I have more normal to dry skin, but for some reason, I would say it's got to be pretty normal because this is combination to oily. It's the oil-free, or I guess it would be oily to normal is what this is. And it's the oil-free hydrating gel. It's the purple gel. There is a pink one if you have really dry skin. It's intense moisturizing gel. I love this stuff. It just is so easy to use. It's lightweight. It keeps my face super moisturized. And I love the way my face feels after I use all these ingredients. In the morning, what my skincare kind of looks like, I showed you a little bit of it last week on my live, but especially during retinol, what it looks like is super hydrating. So I wash it, and then I use a toner in the mornings. I use the Mary Kay Skincare Toner. And then I use the HA and Ceramide Booster. I follow it with the facial milk. And then, let's see, HA and Ceramide, the facial milk. And then I usually just jump right to moisturizer at that point, unless I add a serum in. But usually I just go from, the moisturizer, and then I do the SPF 30, which is, I wanted to share this with you. If you're using retinol, so there is retinol as well in the TimeWise Repair Set. So let me tell you about that first. There's so many things I feel like I need to make sure I mention and tell you. I don't want to forget anything. So if you have questions, just drop them down below and I will happily answer all your questions after this because you might have questions. But the TimeWise Repair Skincare Set, it does have a night cream in there, and the night cream has retinol in it. The difference between that retinol and the retinol that we are using today is this is pure retinol. It's only retinol. It's pure retinol. The nighttime repair cream is encapsulated retinol, and it's mixed in with other ingredients. So it's a night cream on its own, so it's going to have the moisture mixed in there. That's a little bit different, so there's going to be less retinol, and it's encapsulated. So I want you to think like when you squeeze down, because you pump the nighttime repair cream, so when you squeeze it down and it comes out, it's going to, as soon as it hits the oxygen, the retinol starts working. So that's what activates the retinol. Where this one, this is just pure retinol all in here. So that's the difference. That one, the nighttime is going to have a lot less and it's going to be encapsulated, so it's not as potent. Where this one is just pure, so it's super potent. When you're using any kind of retinol, it's important that you use SPF. So that's why in the TimeWise Repair set, if you look at it, it has the encapsulated retinol for the night cream and it has day cream with SPF 30. It's because when you use retinol, you have to use SPF with it. Your skin just becomes more sensitive to the sun, and plus, sun is what ages your skin anyway, so we want to make sure that no matter what, we're wearing SPF on our face. This is personally my favorite SPF to put on my face. Hands down, I love this stuff and I use it daily. I never, ever, ever would have thought, if you would have asked me a few years ago, that I would be wearing SPF every single day, because it has always broke me out. I've tried more SPFs on my skin than I can imagine, but this one here, it doesn't break me out. It's a mineral sunscreen, and that's why. So mineral sunscreens are going to sit on the top of your skin, on like the surface of your skin, and it's going to block the sun rays, and it's going to block the blue light rays as well. So this is going to help to just block all of that from getting on your skin. So the mineral, again, is going to be way better if you have sensitive skin. So anyway, if you do decide to get the retinol set and you do decide to try this out, which I hope you do because it's amazing and the results are incredible, make sure you get an SPF to go with it. This is really important. Very, very important. But I can't wait to continue to share this journey with you. Like I said, I've done this before and I loved the results before. I believe what had happened is it got to summertime and I just got a little bit lazier with it because I had to apply the sunscreen every day, and the mineral sunscreen hadn't come out at that time. So when I first started using retinol and I was having to use sunscreen, it was kind of breaking me out because I couldn't use the SPF on my skin. So this time around, I'm really excited because I can use the sunscreen, so I'm not having to use anything that's going to break me out, which I'm so excited about. What I can tell you too is that last week, after the first time I used it, oh my goodness, when I woke up and I touched my skin the next morning, it was so soft. So soft. So I hope you try this out. I love the Clinical Solutions. I love every single product that is through Clinical Solutions. So if you have any questions, like I said, just drop them down below and I will happily answer them for you. If you want a kind of like something to follow along with, check down in the comments or shoot me a message and I can message you over it's kind of like an application, and it's going to have that application process for you. It's going to have for both the Miracle set and the TimeWise Repair set. So then you can save it and you can check it, because I know we went through a lot of steps today. So if you're like, I don't even know where to start, I can send you that over, so that hopefully that can help. But if you're looking to reverse the signs of aging, if you're looking to prevent signs of aging in the future, if you're just looking to make your skin as healthy as possible, try this retinol set out. It's amazing. And if you don't love it, you just let me know, because there's 100% satisfaction guarantee with Mary Kay, which I love. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. I hope that this was helpful. I hope this was informative. And again, if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out. Using products that are new to you can be intimidating and it can be scary, especially with new ingredients, but that's why you have a Mary Kay beauty consultant, so I'm here to help you. So you can shop all of these things in the description. My link is there. Make sure you like this video and let me know that you watched it. I'll see you guys back here next week. Bye.